In Middlesbrough. Good morning, Katy. So they've seen.
Well, that's right, Sean. It's a really difficult situation, this, isn't it? We're talking about a relatively new vaccine. You can understand why mums, as they carry a new life into the world, might be nervous about getting it. But there is evidence that that is a risk. Here at James Cook Hospital, they've gone from having around 1 or 2 pregnant mums admitted a day with COVID to around 6 or 7. Now, I'm joined by Deepika Manini, who's the clinical director. Go through some of the figures according to NHS England. This is what the chief midwife of the Royal College of Midwives had to say as well. Now, there may well be people sat at home saying, I'd like to know some evidence that the vaccine is safe. There isn't a lot of research out at the moment, but in the US, out of 130,000 coming out today, is if you are in doubt, if you are concerned, speak to your individual midwife, obstetrician or GP and get that individual advice if that makes you feel more confident.
Yeah, and we're going to have more on this in the next 10 minutes. Katy, thank you.
Of course, very confusing time for expectant mothers. What we do know is that there have been no admissions to hospital with COVID of mothers who've had 2 doses of the jab. And of those who are unvaccinated, we've just been hearing some of the stories here at James Cook, including a very young mum who had to give birth prematurely. She's now in intensive care, the baby now in neonatal care. And they say cases like this have doubled since the first wave. The main bit of advice, if you're feeling unsure, is to speak to your individual GP, midwife or obstetrician.